Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Edible RX, the podcast that teaches autoimmune warriors to use anti-inflammatory food as medicine. I'm Laura Rodriguez, and today's episode is all about community. I know recently we haven't necessarily been going in depth about food topics necessarily, but this is my podcast and I do what I want, okay? And there are lots of things that contribute to the onset and therefore the management of autoimmunity. And today I want to talk about community because this is a story that's been on my heart to tell since last November. We hosted a Friendsgiving picnic pop-up here at our farmhouse in our backyard with live music and dinner and professional photos with a photographer. Just so amazing. And the craziest thing happened that day, actually. People from all over, come to my events and buy my classes and stuff. So I don't necessarily know every single one of my customers by name, especially because some people I only know via Instagram. They have handles and it's not their name. So a couple ladies, bought tickets on my website. I had no idea who they were, but they were the first to arrive. And then when they walked in, like my jaw dropped. I was so shocked and amazed and so excited that they had come to join us. And they were two of my old students at Gilda's Club in Nashville. I used to teach free anti-inflammatory cooking classes there every month. And they were two of my best students and they came to the event and I had no idea. And it was a surprise for one of the ladies. It was purchased by her friend and she had no idea she was coming. I had no idea they were coming. It was just so much fun. And we had the best night. And let me tell you, when I cater these events, it takes a lot on me. I'm cleaning the house, I'm getting the yard ready, I'm taking care of my child, I'm managing the family stuff. And on top of that, I'm cooking and making cocktails and serving and cleaning and doing the dishes and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot. But that night, I felt so good. It was just, the energy was amazing. I just think that little added bonus of like that surprise element and having folks come to support me after, years of supporting them, it was just like this, I don't know how to explain it. It was so magical and it was so great. And the next day I woke up with no pain. Normally I'm sore, I kind of lay in bed for a while, I really recuperate the next day. And that next day I was up out of bed like a spring chicken, just like, let's get it. I was up at like 5 a.m. doing all the dishes and getting everything cleaned up. I've never done that. I've never done that. When I cater events, I leave the dirty dishes and all the food in the cooler and everything. I mean, it'll be a week mostly, usually, before I get that stuff out of the car. I'm not lying. So that's why I always wash everything before I leave events because I don't like to take dirty stuff home. But I don't know. I guess this just really prompted me to have this conversation about how community can heal. And Dani Williamson talks about it. She's a functional medical nurse practitioner in our area. And she talks about it in her book, Wild and Well, which, she talks about how giving grace and being grateful are anti-inflammatory. She says that being grateful and giving grace can decrease anxiety and depression. It can lower your blood pressure and it improves your energy. And you're not going to be grateful and giving grace if you're in a room full of people you don't like, right? So this is all about how surrounding yourself with the right people, building your community, finding your core set of friends that help you build up instead of bring you down, help you get to your where you're trying to be, become your next best self, whatever it is that you're trying to do, or just embrace you for who you are. Maybe you are your best self already, and you found a core group of people that just love and embrace you for that. That is so powerful. It's powerful on a cellular level. It's powerful on a mental level. Everything. So. I just wanted to throw that out there and talk about, if you're struggling to find your community, we do have one for you inside the Flare Free Cooking Academy. It is my monthly membership meal plan subscription that includes free mini trainings, monthly health talks with functional nurse practitioners. You get monthly meal plans with recipes and shopping lists and all the good stuff. But in addition to that, you can build a community, you can make friends. I have several members inside the FFCA who have now become friends, and we are friends, all of us, and it's really quite special. I am doing this new service where every other month we meet up at a restaurant so we can connect with one another in person. Now, the FFCA is open to anyone. You don't have to live in Nashville, but the thing about it is a lot of my members are local here. So I did offer this, other service where we are going to meet up every other month just to connect in real time with each other and get to know one another better. And it's just wonderful. It's great. And community is what you make of it. It's something that you build, and it starts with you. So you have to love yourself enough to build a community, to be a part of a community, to, be accepted, to put yourself out there enough to want to be in a community. So if that sounds like something that you need in your life, I highly suggest you check out the Flare-Free Cooking Academy and see what that's all about. We are kind of in a transitional phase right now where we may do away with the Facebook support group. It seems like Facebook is not something that people are using very much nowadays. I know there is a certain segment of the population that loves Facebook, but it doesn't seem to be my existing members. So I might create a portal for us on my website. My website now has the ability to go live, and it's very searchable. And so just like the meal plans are on my blog where you can search for them or click on the tab for members only meal plans, I might create something like that in various categories like supplements and healing articles and flare-free snacks, desserts, what have you. So I'm in the midst of working on that and revamping that, but there is a community here, and I cannot stress to you the importance of community, and you will know the importance of it when you feel it yourself, when you go through that. So I always talk about listening to your body and giving it what it needs. Your body's always sending you little cues. Sometimes it's yelling at us, right? When I had my relapse and I couldn't walk, that was my body yelling at me. But, if I have an ice cream cone and my foot starts to hurt, that's my body whispering, right? So listen to your body's cues and your body's whispers. And next time you go out to dinner with your girlfriends, or you take a vacation, or honestly, just coffee with a friend, a lunch date, whatever it is, or you join a new Facebook group or what have you, listen to your body. See if you can notice any little difference in the way you feel, in your anxiety levels, in your inflammation levels. I'd be curious to hear how it works for you and how you feel. And I would love to hear your story if you have one. Hit me up on Instagram at Chef Laura Rodriguez and DM me your story of how you've noticed how you feel any better after a good community session with your friends. I'd love to know. And on that note, we do have some amazing in-person community events coming up. Starting with this Saturday, we're doing an in-person organic gardening workshop and potluck lunch right here at our farmhouse in the backyard. We're going to be seeding, we're going to be transplanting, we're going to be mulching, we're going to be composting, all the things. If you have always been curious about how to start a garden, this would be the workshop for you. Last year, it was wildly successful. I got to see so many amazing successful gardens from the folks that made it to our workshop last year, and I'm hoping to help more people this year because eating anti-inflammatory it can be expensive. And one of the ways to cut costs is to grow your own food. I know that sounds a little bit oversimplified because it's not like super simple to grow your own food. You have to learn how to do it. But if you come to a workshop that's hands-on and you learn how to do it in real time, you'll remember how to do it, and it'll break it all down for you, make it that much easier. And it will be simple for you. So after that, we have the, let's see. Oh, we have the chakra balancing day retreat, which also has a bootable cooking class in it. And we're going to talk all about mindful eating and how to balance our chakras through the five senses. We're going to be going live on Instagram today to talk about that. So definitely message me on Instagram if you want to know more about that. That's coming up on April 29th. And then we also have, if you're not here in our national community, but you do want to join a community of autoimmune warriors that love to use food as medicine, check out the online monthly mini trainings, health talks with functional nurse practitioners, and cooking classes that I have on my website. The one that's coming up next week is how to eat the rainbow. This is great for anybody that's struggling with gut health issues and maybe just kind of eats the same thing all the time. Dr. Axe said that I think 14 foods is the number of different foods that Americans eat on average throughout the year. And the top 5 vegetables are something like tomatoes, lettuce, corn, soy. I'm missing one. But, oh, what is that other? I can't remember. Yeah, so that would be great for anybody who is kind of eating the standard American diet or maybe finds themselves buying the same things over and over again at the grocery store. Maybe somebody who's diagnosed with gut dysbiosis or gut imbalance or leaky gut or things like that, because eating a wide variety of in-season produce is one of the best ways to not only fight inflammation, but to improve the microbiome in your gut. And it's definitely the first thing that I did when I was diagnosed with gut dysbiosis. And it's something that I'm still very cognizant of every single day. So like if I drink white wine, the next day I'm drinking red wine. I don't drink wine every day, but you know what I'm saying? If I buy white wine, the next time I buy wine, I buy red wine. Even from what I drink to what I eat, I always try to rotate my foods. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this virtual cooking class next Thursday. So definitely check that out if you are not local to us, but you still want to find your community. This might be a good opportunity for you. And thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for another episode of Edible RX. And until next time, guys, eat your damn vegetables. Bye.